We're going to get a chance to see the women for the first time. They're chalking up, and they're going to get ready to compete on the women's vault. One of the favorites is that young lady right there, American Jade Carey. We are back for the first event final for the women at these 2017 World Gymnastics Championships. Nastia, give us a handicap this field for us we should be watching for.
Well, of course, Maria Paseka from Russia has qualified in first. So she is obviously the favorite, but Jade Carey from the United States, her first World Championships, and not only first World Championships, first-year senior, last year competed as a level 10 gymnast. She qualified in second and really has a strong chance to win the title as well.
So we're going to start off this event final for the women with an Olympic bronze medalist, Julia Steingruber from Switzerland. Arguably the greatest female Swiss gymnast to ever put on a leotard. Here she is trying to win a vault world medal.
She's got two really nice vaults. First one, she'll do a traditional style vault, which is a handspring vault. But she'll leave the table, flip 1.5 times, and add 1.5 twists. It is a real power vault. A lot of the gymnasts that don't have quite as much power go the Yurchenko route.
Got a lot of height in the air, but a huge pike down at the end. You really are looking to keep your hips open and your shoulders up on the landing, and that is what the judges will be looking for as well.
Yeah, she can actually do that better than that. I've seen her many times land more upright. So drive those heels, get your body flipping, and there is the chest down that Nastia was talking about. They could take 1, 3, or 5 tenths off on that landing, dependent upon how bent over you are, and that is at least 3, if not 5.
Of course, it happens so quickly when you're not watching in slow motion, so it doesn't look like she's piked down as much or for as long, but...
Vault finalists will do 2 vaults in the vault finals as we see her first vault score. They will average the 2 scores, give each gymnast their total.
Double twisting Yurchenko, and kind of a carbon copy landing-wise, has the same chest down and actually lands with 1 foot out in front of the other, even more severe than she did on vault 1. Twists a little bit early off the table. When you do that, you lose a lot of the power. You see her head comes out a little bit right there. It's a little funky, and I'll tell you what, I see gymnasts land 1 foot in front of the other, and it scares me every time because there are incredible forces. Look at the bent chest and really sticking that leg out and back. That's scary for me.
So the Olympic bronze medalist does stay on her feet, gives up some execution deductions. There's her average of 14.466 for Julia Steingruber.
And now she waits. You know, she's first up and has 7 more athletes to go, hoping her score can hold on to a medal spot.
Our first look at a Canadian gymnast tonight in these event finals. This is Shallon Olsen, age 17.
And you know, she did an easy vault for her first vault in qualification, only did a double twist. I believe she's planning on going for what's called the Aminar, or what Simone Biles or Allie Raceman competed at the Olympics last year. It's a 2.5 twist. Did not do this in qualification. No, she needs it here.
Oh, that was a little bit scary. She actually submitted a triple twist, a triple twisting Yurchenko to the Coda points, was hoping to perform that here today in order to get that skill named after her. When you're the first athlete in the world to perform a new skill in the Coda points, it's named after you, but really didn't get the height, the rotation, a little bit high up on the horse. And watch right here, just didn't quite get that block. Under-rotated a little bit.
You talk about those awkward landings, Tim. That was definitely one of them.
Yeah, you don't... I guarantee you her coach was really nervous about that position coming into the floor. She says she's grown about 7 inches over the last couple of years. And in a sport like gymnastics, when you grow like that and your body is part of the equipment, really, it is a huge adjustment. She said she lost her technique. It became more difficult and has struggled to find that technique again.
Has to forget about that first vault right now. Another difficult vault coming up right here.
Wow, much better. Actually, excellent.
Unfortunately, what might have been on that first vault going to be too much to come back for, most likely to win a medal in these vault finals, but nicely done here.
It's called a chung after great Chinese gymnast Zheng Fei. Very intricate. It's half twist on to the board, half twist onto the table, then flying in the air, 1.5 twists. Little skewed on that, but will be kind of challenging for the judge to see exactly how far she got turned from the board to the table. She might get a slight deduction, but it's going to be good.
Obviously, vault 2, much higher score. Her average of 14.233. Currently in second, but that most likely will not last. With some great vaulters coming up, most notably Russian Olympic silver medalist on this event, Maria Paseka.
And world champion at the last time there was one in 2015.
Qualified in first place. Again, the scores do not carry over.
She's going to start with the same vault that we just saw Shaylin do. Oof. And that was not a great vault for her.
Very low landing. Looks like she's happy to be on her feet.
Yes, I'm sure she is.
And watch her legs right here. You see huge leg separation. Of course, the judges probably can't see from that angle, but chest down on the landing again.
So everything should be together, and obviously knees straight, and they are not.
Feet crossed. And that was very low to the ground, very close to her hand actually touching that ground, which would have been a full point deduction had she done that.
So very nice, though, 14.7. Is that too high, Tim Nastia?
I think so. And 8.7 in the execution. I mean, we haven't seen a lot of those numbers, and for the vault like that, I'd have to think that was, in my opinion, a little bit too high.
So she's doing the same 2 vaults that Shaylin Olsen did. She's just doing them in the opposite order. This one is that Aminar. Needs to be better than that first one. And it was.
Much better.
And then some.
Really got a lot of height in the air off of the table. Again, that leg separation not quite as clean, but still that is going to get a high score.
A really good power and really great landing. You know, it's such a difficult vault. Once again, spotting the ground in back of her. That's only a 1/10 hop forward. She does have the form issues in the air, but that was pretty good.
So a 15.0 for that second vault, a huge score. So her average, a 14.85, comfortably puts her into the lead. Only 2 other vaults in the qualification scored a 15 or higher. So that 15 she got right there, very valuable. And now Wang Yan from China. She was also a vault finalist in Rio, finished 5th there. Has her chance.
You know, she had a rough day yesterday in the all-around, finished 19th. Nicely done.
A lot of power.
Yes, we'll see that vault from Jade Carey in a little bit.
I tell you what, I know none of the female gymnasts are exactly tall, but she is tiny. That vault table is every bit as tall as she is.
It's amazing, too, that she is able to generate this power being so little. A lot of times, the board, it's made to accommodate all gymnasts. So it's there are two different boards she can choose from. She obviously uses the lighter weight one, but still that she can bend the board enough.
Well, I was gonna say even the lighter weight one is actually pretty stiff. Those springs, it's a brand new springboard. All equipment is brand new. I remember personally struggling with that a little bit.
So Wang Yan's first vault, a 14.5.
That's a great score for her. You know, I would have went a little higher on the execution when you're comparing it to some of the other gymnasts.
Same vault we saw from Julia Steingruber. It's that handspring front layout with 1.5 twists. Once again, takes a tremendous amount of power to get this thing around. Oof. And a little bit lower on the landing. I believe she stepped off the side, which will put her actually running down a little bit sideways down the runway.
Looked like she was kind of coming in at that angle off the runway onto the board.
You know, sometimes if you always tend to go to one side, you run a little bit in the opposite direction. Really big pike down and that big step off to the side. And she's got a lot of deductions here.
Ooh, her face very close to the ground.
You know, and it's amazing. You see these athletes, some of them are able to do that and just stay on their feet, not put their hands down. Most gymnasts would have.
So 14.2 for that second vault for an average of a 14.35. So 4 vaulters are done here on the vault final. Maria Paseka from Russia currently has a nice, comfortable lead, but we told you about her. Jade Carey, the American Hope, is coming up next.
Back here in Montreal, and Jade Carey soon to come. And look at this, just last year, she was a level 10 gymnast. This year, not only her first career World Championships appearance, her first year as an elite athlete, and she finds herself sitting in a position where she could possibly win the gold medal here in the vault finals.
And she could. Maria Paseka really kind of opened the door with that first vault that she did. Jade in the qualifying was off the charts powerful. She exploded off of the table on this Aminar right here. Wow. Oh boy, though.
You know, I think that vault was probably the best vault that we have seen here from any of the competitors in terms of getting off the table, being in the air, but that landing is something that could potentially cost her that gold medal.
Yeah, those are 2 3/10 steps.
Just gets so much height. Look at that.
Shades of Michaela Maroney. She almost needed to throw those arms above her head to slow her down, which I'm sure isn't easy to do on a forward landing vault like that.
Yeah, boy, but she does. She just explodes off of the table. Look at how high the hips rise up there. Kind of a scary landing on, can't see it from that angle. That right knee kind of did something funky when she hit the ground, but
so she gets a 9.0 for the execution side and a 14.8. So she's going to have to score higher than that on this second vault if she wants to catch Maria Paseka.
And unfortunately doesn't have as high of a difficulty on this second vault as Maria did. So she really has to be as perfect as possible.
This is a Kasamatsu style vault. She'll add an extra full twist to it, so it's really like a double twisting flip off of the table. And it was very good.
And you know, something about Jade is, again, this is her first World Championships. Clearly, she has incredible vaults, incredible technique. It's really about learning how to deal with that extra adrenaline, that extra energy and power that you have when you're competing at a World Championships. And that can come with more experience.
And this one's good, you know, really no big complaints here. Yes, she didn't stick it, which she might have needed to do to surpass Paseka. But it really comes down to that first vault where she bounds out on the landing. Really a carbon copy of what she did in the qualifying.
It'll be interesting to see what the future holds for Jade Carey. She's an elite this year, her first year as an elite. And there it is, vault 2, 14.733. So she will not move into first place, but she does move into that second spot with a 14.766 average. Now, I was saying it'll be interesting to see what she does in the future. She committed to Oregon State University to be part of their collegiate team. Will she continue with her elite career, or will she go on to college gymnastics? We shall see. Now, the lady that made history for Canada yesterday by winning the first ever all-around medal, Ellie Black, has a chance to add to her history-making performance.
Really clean handspring front layout with a full twist. Just a small little hop on the landing, but getting some words of wisdom from longtime coach Dave Quickie.
And beautiful technique, clean in the air. Not quite as difficult as some of the other competitors, and that's where she's going to lack a little bit in her score on that starting value. But the execution was really beautiful.
Really controlled landing as well. She should keep her body straighter in the air. You see her hips are a little bit bent. To get the start value that she's looking for, she wants to keep completely open, but that happens so quickly that it's kind of hard to see that. We've seen some Kasamatsu fulls, so a Sukahara-ish vault with 2 twists. She's going to do it with 1.5 twists here. Same type of landing, facing forward away from the horse.
Once again, very clean in the air, nice and controlled landing. Of course, that step on the landing is going to cost her. Waves to the crowd. They were so supportive of her yesterday. Again, as you said, John, made history, winning that silver medal in the all-around competition.
In a lot of ways, this has got to be gravy for her.
Yeah, and she still has the balance beam finals.
She's very good, but just doesn't have the same level of difficulty that some of the other athletes that are vying for medals bring to the table, on the table.
So Ellie Black, vault 2, 14.266. Her average puts her just outside of the medals into that 4th position. Now, something I did not think I would say covering a World Championships is, as we look at Maria Paseka, who still holds that lead, as we get into our next gymnast, the one thing I never thought I would say is, I competed with this young lady. Oksana Chusovitina, one of the most decorated gymnasts in history from Uzbekistan, is next.
7-time Olympian. Unreal.
And you can just hear the crowd. Everybody in the entire gymnastics community just has so much admiration and respect for her.
And this, I say this in the best, most complimentary way. She is a freak of nature to be able to do this sport at age 42.
Absolutely clean vault. You know, that small hop on the landing, again, not quite as difficult of a vault.
Same exact vaults, and she'll do them in the same order as Ellie Black, who we just saw.
Oksana has 10 world and Olympic vault medals. And I don't know what's more impressive, the fact that she has 10 or the fact that the first one came in 1991. And there is her first score of 14.433. Can she get another world medal? It's going to come down to this vault.
Started her career when the Soviet Union was still a thing.
Actually competed with my dad as well. Then I got to compete against her, and here she is still competing.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
About as well as she can do, which is exactly what this crowd wanted to see.
Then you see the gymnast all around, as I said, just have so much respect for her.
Really good landing on this.
Oksana qualified into these vault finals in the 8th spot. Again, doesn't have the big start values, but of all the vaults we've seen, these two are about as clean as anybody has done.
And the best landings, yes.
Certainly a crowd favorite. And it's not going to quite be enough. A 14.366 average gets her into 5th spot. I don't think she cares all that much. I know she would have loved to have a medal, but my goodness, she's doing it for the love of the sport, and she's still doing it at an incredible level. Julia Steingruber hoping to hold on to that 3rd spot, as well as Paseka hoping to hold on to that gold medal. Jade Carey will get a medal at her first World Championships. This young lady, Sai Miyakawa, is batting cleanup here in the women's vault finals.
Qualified in 6th place here for the vault finals.
But was one of the front runners on floor exercise and struggled in the qualification, landed really short on her last tumbling pass. A disappointment that we don't get to see her in finals there, but it's her time now.
You know, it was really great off of the horse in the air, but once she got to the landing, just didn't quite have enough rotation and power, was really had a deep squat on that landing.
If Sai is able to win a medal here in the vault finals, it will be the first for a female from Japan.
The thing I like about it, though, is she shows a much straighter position in the air.
See her hips open?
You see that? That makes it way more difficult to rotate around. But when you land all crunched up like that, it is severe deductions. I hope they reward her for what she did in the air.
And there it is, a 14.5.
And
so
they didn't.
A decent score keeps her in striking distance, certainly of the top 3. Gonna probably have to land a little cleaner on this second vault than she did on the first.
And she should, because this is actually a much easier vault. She'll do that Yurchenko style vault into a double twist. Oh. Wow. I didn't see that coming. I think just really going for a great landing and didn't have anywhere near enough rotation.
So an unfortunate finish for Sai Miyakawa. What went wrong?
Just really nowhere near enough rotation, not even close.
On the vaulting table, and we'll take a look right here. It was almost like her elbows were bent a little bit, didn't quite get up and get that rotation, get her hips up in the air.
Very technical vault, and the head going out right at the start kind of makes things very difficult. And
man, that looks like you're going to be feeling it in the morning.
I was just about to say that.
Wow.
That does not feel good.
13.1 for the second vault for an average of 13.8. She will finish in that 8th spot. So congratulations, Maria Paseka. Back-to-back world titles on the vault. It lived up to the billing, the battle between Jade Carey and Maria Paseka. It was splitting hairs, Nastya.
You know, it really was. And had Jade Carey on that first vault, the Amanar, had she just had a little bit more control, that title was going to be hers. But again, her first World Championships, a silver medal. I mean, she's got to be happy with that.
And for Julia Steingruber, another vault medal. She won the bronze in Rio on the vault, and now she matches that bronze medal with a bronze medal here in Montreal. So here's your final standings on the vault. It was a great battle, a great vault final. Ellie Black just finishes outside of those medals. Man, a half a tenth, and she would have added another medal to her stock that she's getting here at the World Championships, to that silver medal that she got in the all-around. We have the